Haribo, love. Before we continue with your Venus in your sign, let me ask you a question. Have you ever noticed how two people can want love just as badly, but they reach for it in totally different ways? That is Venus. Venus shows you how you give and receive love, what you are drawn to, and what feels beautiful to you, and what you will not compromise on. And when we read Venus through the signs, you start to see your patterns with so much more compassion. Not to judge yourself, but to understand yourself. So in this video, I'm going to show you what Venus in different signs means in real life, how it loves, how it fears, and what is secretly needing, and what it needs to soften back into its natural sweetness. If you're watching and you're thinking, yes, this is me, then stay with me. This is going to feel like someone finally put into words something that you've always known. So let us begin right now. My name is Vino Dinidasi. I am a Vedic astrologer, author, and practitioner of the ancient Vedic arts. So if you are into Vedic astrology, ancient knowledge, and self-development, make sure to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so that you never miss any of the nectar. If you would like to learn Vedic astrology with me, check out the workshops that I'm currently doing at this time. And you can always get a reading with me. In the description here below, you will learn how to book one. If love has left you confused lately, this might explain more than you think. Today, we're talking about Venus in the sign of Cancer, and this placement tells the truth about what your heart is actually asking for. So when we have Venus in Cancer, this is a beautiful combination of the Venus with the moon energy, and it gives us the energy of the fullness of creativity and love. Venus likes to be in the sign of Cancer, therefore it gives a really fertile, juicy energy here where you get the fullness of creativity and love naturally when you have a Venus in Cancer. These people love to show their love by being very homey, by mothering their partner. A male will like to find a Venus in Cancer woman. That will be your best match. And you like to be pampered by your wife or by your partner. You want your wife to mother you, to pamper you, to cook for you, to make you cookies, to make things very cozy in the home, and to be very like feminine and very lovely and very homemaker. That is the best woman for you. If you are a woman with Venus in Cancer, this is how you show love. You show love by creating a home together, making it into a very cozy energy. You may naturally be so good at cooking and baking, especially, and you just love to make a beautiful, comfortable energy. You enjoy being a housewife, or you enjoy having children. You enjoy being needed by your partner and your family, and that you can provide that loving, compassionate, unconditional love for them. So this makes it for a very, very beautiful aspect here. When we have a Venus that is favorable in a house that is favorable, strongly aspected with strong dignity, then Venus here can give us some very good results where we have a very strong artistic capacity. Okay, these people have a very powerful, very flowy artistic capacity. Anything that flows from words, from poetry, from beauty, here the Venus in Cancer can easily show it, especially if it's very feminine artistic qualities, very, very graceful, very beautiful, then Venus in Cancer can really show these beautiful energies. So definitely I suggest for you guys to practice anything artistic, anything of beauty, anything where you can flow, okay? That would make you very, very happy. It also leads to a very comfortable life. These are the persons that make an amazing home, okay? Like these are the people that create a beautiful home space. They always have it nice and clean. They have like this amazing feng shui energy, vastu energy. They usually attract a lot of comfortabilities. So they attract big houses, they attract cars, they attract boats, they attract all these conveniences to their lives because of the Venus in Cancer becomes very strong in this thing. So therefore they end up having a very comfortable lives. And comfort is important to them. So their bed is very comfortable. Their house is very cozy. It has that sort of cozy, homey vibe that is just like picturesque, perfect. They can definitely tap into these things. And if they were to become interior designers, so good. They could also make a lot of money with land, with being landowners, property owners, selling luxury goods, selling boats, selling cars, even having restaurants, even, having some sort of food chain or food business. They could do very well with these things naturally. They love gardening. The Venus in Cancer, I highly suggest that you garden, that you have plants around you. You like your baby plants, okay? You like you like to mother things. So either you mother your children, or you mother your pets, or you mother your baby plants. There's definitely a lot of love in that. And therefore, you naturally have an elegance about you. This is when we combine the beautiful energy of the moon with Venus, so it becomes very elegant naturally. Also, there's a deep caring. I mean, these people deeply care. They deeply care. They have the ability to tap into that unconditional motherly love energy that is not in anywhere else except in the mother, in the heart of a mother. So they have that very deep ability to truly care for others deeply and to nurture them. It comes very naturally for them, as well as, they treat their loved ones like their children. Yes, they do. They like to mother, as I mentioned, and it works out for them. Their karma is to be able to express their love in these ways. They want to express their love in these ways. And because of that, they're very kind. They're very emotionally sensitive. So they also are very sensitive, okay? You can't treat these people harshly. You can't treat these people abruptly, crudely, violently. No. They're very sensitive. They're very gentle creatures. They like to be treated with love and kindness and gentleness. This is important for them. They try to really phrase negativity in a constructive and positive manner. So everything, they like to kind of switch it into something positive. If it's negative, they like to show that, it's a good thing, it's positive. The mercy is always there, the joy is always there. And even if bad things happen in our lives, it's not to us, but it's for us. So they're the ones that can really tap into that ability to show the goodness of every situation. Also, they have this energy of being very sensitive, very cultured, and they have a great capacity for love. Yes, these people have a big heart. These are the big-hearted people, and they don't let you go. Like, once you're with them, they're not going to let you go that easy. They're not just going to be like, oh, okay, yeah, like, you can leave. Like, no, they hold on to you. They hold on to you for a while. They hold on to you. This is where it could be a little hard to let go of the children, to let the children grow, to let them get out of the nest. But naturally, with your loved one, they don't want to let go. They want to love you forever and ever and ever. So especially if it's in a Shlisha Nakshatra, even more. They have this binding quality where they just like, I can't let you go. So very, very beautiful energy here. Now, if Venus is retrograde, badly aspected, in a difficult house, or in a difficult position, then you may get some different results here. And if you are experiencing any of the upcoming unfavorable qualities of Venus in Cancer, I highly suggest that you go check out my Venus in Cancer remedies. Venus in Remedies, that's going to help you to actually strengthen your Venus a lot more and to get more of the favorable qualities of the Venus in Cancer. So when we have it in a bad aspect, we can definitely have an overly needy person. Okay, now we're overly emotional. Now we're overly needy. Now we're too moody. It can go into this very moody energy naturally. There could also be a lot of indulgence that can happen here, especially with sweets, especially with the baking. There could be an overindulgence that kind of happens with the Venus in Cancer. Also, not durable, very shy. And it's always asking others for favors. So that's when we have a little bit of a weak energy of the Venus in Cancer. We become very shy. We don't become very durable. We kind of give up on the relationship very easily, and we enter into asking too many favors from others. Also, there could be full of sorrows in their world, where they just cannot let go of the past. They may be stuck sometimes in the past where they're just like, oh, that happened to me, that heartbreak. It's always like this. And so they need to be careful that they don't get too overindulged in the past emotions, that they're not, wallowing in emotions too much, because then that could lead to overindulgence of drinking too much alcohol, or overindulging in some other substances, and it can lead them into this sort of sadnesses. Okay, so very important to protect that. Also, there could be an improper love of children, where if it's this retrograde or badly aspected, now it turns sour. It's the sour mom. It's the sad mom. It's the depressed mom. It's the mom that is expecting her children to take care of her, or to save her, or to pamper her, instead of her really stepping, or him really stepping into that motherly figure of being the caretaker. There could also be this energy of love event turns out to be too unbounded, and it's harmful to the reputation. So it could really cause this sort of situations in love where it's too unbounded, like we're not really creating that glue between the relationship, and it becomes harmful for the reputation of the person. So very important, again, to keep this Venus balanced, so that we're not having these issues coming up in our relationships. So we're not afraid to open up our hearts. A Venus in Cancer that is afraid to open up their heart is a very sad situation. You want to heal everything from your heart, so that you're able to truly love open-heartedly, with no issues, with no problems, with no fears, and that the past is not following you around with these things. Very changeable feelings. As I mentioned, they could become very moody, where the person cannot keep up with the energies of the Venus in Cancer, because they're always changing and they don't know how to make the person happy naturally. There could also be now physically, if Venus is badly aspected or in a difficult sign, it can give stomach problems, stomach issues, swelling in the breasts and the reproductive organs. So very important for Venus and Cancer people to always be checking for breast, and for making sure that they're healthy in their chest and their breasts and their stomach, as well as their reproductive systems. And also irregular menstruations can happen here. So an attack on that feminine body parts, very, very important. But it could also happen to males, not just for females. So we want to strengthen that Venus in Cancer. If you have experienced any of these unfavorable qualities, check out my Venus remedies in my channel. I have a video there that can help you to strengthen your Venus, and also check out your Venus through the planets. That could also give you a deeper understanding of this. If you would like to learn Vedic astrology with me, then check out the description below for my workshops. If you would like to have a personal reading by me, then check out the description below to book a consultation with me. These are your messages, and please let me know in the comments, Venus in Cancer, how has these energy shown up for you? How does it feel to have a Venus in Cancer? What has been some of the things that you have experienced from what I've said? Would love to hear it from you. Thank you so much for the likes. Thank you so much for the hypes. And thank you so much for being here. Truly appreciate you. And I'll be seeing you guys on the next video. Hari Bol and Hari Krishna.